Hi everybody, it's Thomas here from Thomas Fitzgerald Photography, and today I want to give you a quick look at the newest version of Capture One, which has just been released, and this version brings support for Apple's M1 Max, or the Apple Silicon architecture. So, at first glance, it pretty much looks the same. There's no kind of major outward new features, so I was kind of thinking to myself, how am I going to demonstrate this? So, rather than do some kind of arbitrary benchmarks or something like that, which, let's face it, is not really going to show you anything, I thought I would just take some images and run through the process of using Capture One and show you what it's like, because you'll know from using the software yourself what it's like on your systems, and you'll be able to judge whether it is a significant performance improvement or not. So without further ado, let me just jump right in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to import some images, do some quick processing, and then export them, and I will keep recording the whole time and you can see how quick the process is. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I have some images here that I shot the other night. And how many have we got? We have 44. So I'm going to import these. I'm going to copy them into the catalog. I'm not going to apply any adjustments or anything. And let's just import all. Okay, so we have the activities here, and you can see they're importing pretty fast, and they're generating previews pretty fast. I know in the past some people have complained about preview generation in Capture One, but as you can see, this is flying through it. Just to clarify, I'm importing off a memory card which I have connected to my Thunderbolt dock, and I'm importing onto the local hard drive. Okay, so that was kind of too fast to even time. I had this actually all set up with a stopwatch that I was going to record, but it's actually too fast to even bother. In fact, I've wasted more time talking about it. Okay, so let's move on before I start getting angry comments. Okay, so let's just find some images and do some basic processing. Actually, as you can see, I'm just popping through the shots here, and it is pretty quick. There's no kind of loading issues. So that's fairly fast. These are 20 megapixel files, 24 megapixel. They're from my Sony ZV-1. So let me do just some quick processing so you can see, and I'll do some brushing and stuff as well, because I know in the past that's kind of been an issue for some people performance wise. So if I drag the sliders, you can see it is very responsive. In contrast, okay, just highlights. Maybe let's add a bit of clarity here. Okay, and then while I'm at it, well, actually, let's correct. Okay, and just add a gradient. And a bit of contrast. Maybe drop the brightness a bit. Okay, so as you can see, everything is very responsive there. There's no kind of major issues. So let's try some other things. Okay, so let's just pick a different image. Let's say this one. Okay, and actually is this a little soft? Yeah, it's a little soft. How about this one? Ooh, that's a little blurry. Okay, this is a nice shot. So, let me see. Let's try levels. Okay. And again, a bit of clarity. And this time I'm going to try doing some brushing, because I know people have often complained to me that they find brushing very slow on Capture One. So, let's just do some brushing. Actually, yeah, it's actually there. Oh no, I'm going to increase the flow a bit. Okay, so as you can see, that is fairly responsive. That is no lag whatsoever. And again, very fast and responsive. Okay, so what else can we try? Let's see if we stack a bunch of things. So we'll add some layer. Some layer. Okay. Oh, fill. Mask. Okay. So still working. Still very responsive. Still responsive. Okay, let's add a gradient. And still super responsive. I could keep going, but it's actually getting boring, so I won't. Contrast, do we have any styles here? So going through styles fairly quick, and some of these have grain and everything in them. So let's add some grain. Okay, average. Yeah, so as you can see, it is very responsive. If you're familiar with Capture One, there's not really much to see other than, yeah, it works perfectly. I have actually been using the beta of this for a while, and I haven't had any issues with it. It hasn't crashed on me once, and yeah, it seems to work perfectly. So just to finish off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjustments, copy adjustments. I'm going to apply adjustments to all of these and then export them, just so you can get an idea of export speed. Now, I know I'm not doing every single thing here, but again, I think there's bound to be lots of videos showing you benchmarks, and the problem with doing a benchmark is, what do you compare it to? Because everybody will probably have a different computer already, if you don't have an M1 already. And if you're a Capture One user and you already have an M1, you've probably downloaded it by now and are already trying it. Okay, so we have applied a bunch of settings, and let's go with export images, variants. Let's choose a folder. And so let's export, and we'll go with JPEG, and let's do some scaling. Width, pixels. Okay, and export variants. So one of the other things that they did do with this is they have rewritten the acceleration in Capture One to use Metal instead of OpenCL. So that will affect you whether you're using the M1 version or not. So that should be that should improve stability wise. If you're using it on an Intel machine, and it may make it a little bit faster too. I don't actually have it to compare it to, so I can't really test it, but that is the general idea. So let's just take a quick look at our images. And here they all are. I'll export it. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is what it is like to use the new M1 version of Capture One on an M1 Mac. Just in case you're wondering what I'm running this on, it is a M1 MacBook Pro, and I have 16 gigs of RAM. In fact, let me show you. There we go. So yeah, so I hope you found this useful. There really wasn't much to show, but yeah, that is what it is like to run Capture One on an M1 Mac using the new native version. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.